Well, I thought I'd play another little piece, coisa feita. I finally transcribed it, where I found the real book, online, and then I went and figured out the chords. It's my scribbly handwriting. Some kind of chords. I mean, they work okay. I need to work on it. And then hooked up the guitar, found some decent sound. It's a good little practice amp. It has, whoops, this focus is not great. It's not very loud at all. I mean, it's quite quiet, so it's fine for playing in the bedroom or in the apartment. So I mean, not going to disturb the neighbors with that. It's only about 3 watts or something. But it was very expensive, so it has a sound card, so I can record from it. It has a battery, so I mean, now it's not plugged into anything, it's just running off the battery. So I mean, you don't have to be next to a power cord to use it. And then it's got all kinds of different sounds on it, from old British 60s amplifiers and old Fender 60s amplifiers to kind of modern things, and some sound effects, some reverb, which is got on now. You can hear the reverb, and chorus and some other things. So pretty pleased with that. We'll have to get a bigger amp at some point if I ever want to play outside the bedroom or the living room. But for the living room it works fine. So we see they're not too difficult, but I've got all the chords mapped out, and then I'm not playing the melody. I'm certainly not singing, not even going to try. But some complicated jazz chords he has in there. So that I cleaned off the piano. I had to go to the piano to figure out the chords. So I mean, actually this is not so good. Finn has noticed that. It needs new varnish there. I've been putting too many things on top of it. It's actually a very good piano, made in Bergen. It was the biggest piano manufacturer in Norway at some point, and you can't really see anymore, but it's called Jakob Knudsen. They had a factory here in Bergen. Quite interesting history from the 1890s or something. He made organs and pianos, and I think the last piano was made in I don't know, 1950 or something. He'd obviously passed away long before that. It's a good piano, and it needs tuning, but it's not too badly out of tune. So when Finn comes up, he can drive me around the bend playing his Bach. I mean, it plays pretty well. Finn chose it. So I mean, I saw one on the Finn.no for not going for very much anymore. 5,000 kroner, $1,000, $800 to buy a new piano. So I mean, it's not a Steinway. It's not as nice as Finn's piano, or certainly not as nice as Papa's Yamaha. But I mean, it does the job. It's pretty good, and we needed a crane to get it in here. So I don't know if I sell this place how I'm going to get it out. I'll probably have to crane it out again, or the buyers have to buy it with the piano here. Of course, that's 20 years in the future now, or maybe 25 years in the future, if I live that long. So I mean, don't have to worry about it just yet. But it turns out it was very useful. Looking at the sheet music and figuring out the notes and all these chords, complicated 7th, 11th, 9th and 13th chords, with flat and minor and sharp and add and sus and all these complicated jazz chords. I needed the piano. I couldn't do that on the guitar. So it's the first time I've touched the piano in about 10 years. So anyway, we'll give this a first shot. I haven't practiced yet, so I mean, I'm going to go very slowly, about half the speed that Joao Bosco plays it at. But I mean, we'll see. the sound dialed in now a bit better. That's a bit better. If I can read my own handwriting is the big question. So. Too fast. Difficult one. Well, it gives you an idea. I like the sound a lot better. It sounds... I think I've dialed in the tone of the guitar a lot better, and this is more like the jazz tone I wanted. So I mean that's good, and then obviously I've only played it through once or twice, so I need to practice it. But I mean it's a nice tune, and it has nice chords. A little difficult to move, and my fingers get still a bit sore playing, but that comes with time. So I'll send that off to Mama. I'm not sending it off to anyone else. I mean maybe Papa and not Björn yet, because I mean I have to practice before I send it to Björn. I'm still a bit ahead of him as far as chords go and so on.